Zach is being really generous.
That is all Zach's doing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, I encouraged him to get it on paper, but all the details are Zach's doing.
Okay. Well, I am going to tell Karen she should sign this.
Okay, Sistas fans, I'm here with you all. I've been saying this for a while myself. I don't like the whole preliminary child support agreement. Now, in theory, it is a good idea. Zach being proactive because, hey, one baby mama suing me in the event, baby mama number 2, or should I say, baby potential mama number 2 tries to sue me as well. I need to get in front of that train in order to avoid, a similar situation. So I do like the fact that Zach, is trying to work things out in early. My thing is, I feel like there is way too much legally. I think it would have worked better as fans if we had seen what the agreement was. I don't believe there was a number mentioned in the last episode. I just remember Andy saying that, in the, agreement, Zach is being generous. Now, Karen said she didn't want any money and whatnot, which is something that had me going, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like in the episode where Zach brought the paperwork to Karen, she was quick to, sign it, but he's like, no, you got to read it and you got to send it to Andy first and then sign it. I'm thinking this. With Aaron and this Jennifer situation going on, I wonder if Karen is going to, be mad at Aaron because now she knows that, oh, he really isn't, that dude. I'm not even going to say the guy that she thought he was because she's always been suspicious of the fact that he might be hiding something. Now knowing Aaron isn't the clean-cut, lovey-dovey, faithful guy that he claims to be, I wonder if this is going to impact her anger. Like, what did she tell Zach? I don't need you. I'm moving forward with Aaron. I have him. So now that you realize you might not have Aaron the way you thought, is that going to impact whether or not you sign those documents? Like, will she scoff at whatever Zach offers her and then decides to want more because Aaron did wrong? Yeah, that's probably how it's going to go, which I think is pretty messed up. And to be honest, I think there's just way too much legalness. Is that even a word? I don't know. There's way too much legal activity going on with signed documents and whatnot without even knowing it. It's crazy to me because I feel like there's been more legal preparation and legal steps taken between Zach and a woman who he doesn't even know if he's the father of that child than the legal steps that should have been taken between him and Heather with the DNA test, allegedly saying that he's the father of that child. Why not take those steps like, hey, Andy or whoever I can get at the law firm, let's go ahead and get a legit DNA test taken, getting that, let's get that going real quick. Or maybe a whole different law firm altogether that isn't Hayden affiliated, just to avoid I bet Hayden tampered with the results, So I think that should have been a priority instead of Karen. Because as fans, I feel like a majority of us still feel Karen is lying about the DNA. The DNA test results that doctor told her. I mean, he's more. It's just baffling to me because if I were in that situation, not only would I want a DNA test taken immediately, but I'd also want to be present for the results. None of this shady, oh, I'm bringing my friends. No, your friends have nothing to do with this. They're not the ones who are going to change diapers or pay child support or anything. It's none of their business, to be, honest. I mean, sure, they would find out eventually, but, they're not the priority. And that's the thing that makes me mad every time. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to a doctor's appointment. I want to check up and this and that. I think both parties, Aaron and Zach, should be present, That way they can get the real answers and, move forward from there, because this is just downright ridiculous. And I feel like I said at the beginning of the video, you know how Karen is, like, she'll say one thing, but then based on her feelings, she'll straight up do another. I think that she's going to take out potential anger about the Aaron situation on Zach. And I mean, based on the events of last night, of him going down to the restaurant and starting that fight and whatnot, that's probably going to piss her off even further. So that's going to impact the quote unquote agreement. But like I said, there definitely needs to be a DNA test done, either preliminary one or wait until the baby is born. Make some sort of agreement in terms of, what is to be expected if I am the father. But, people, yes, Zach did give Karen that $77,000, but in terms, I don't know how the court system works, but that money wasn't really child support. That was more like Zach support. It's like, hey, Karen, every cent that you spent on me and my family, here it is. We're good to go. But yeah, I just feel like the priorities in this show is just really weird with these characters. Like, I feel like there are a lot of deadbeat dads out there, especially the ones with multiple baby mamas and stuff. So you would think in those situations, they'll be like, man, I'm not the father of that child, or they would be rushing to get a DNA test or something done because it would save them the hassle of child support if they aren't the father. But in this case, it feels like there's a lot of dragging of the feet going on, and it just makes Zach look bad when, back in season 1, what's her name, Helena, said she was pregnant, and then Zach was quick to believe her and stuff. These are things that, children impact your life forever. Like, wouldn't you want to make show that not only is the woman pregnant, but that you are the father, as opposed to taking them at their word, because some of these women are just as low down as men in terms of deception and whatnot. So I do feel like this whole agreement thing is just ridiculous. It makes no sense, and we don't even know. I mean, sure, Aaron is pretty much said, oh no, I'll take care of the baby, don't worry about it, blah 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 blah. But it just seems like if Karen really doesn't think if Karen really knows, based on what the doctor said, that Zach isn't the father, why is this shit being dragged out? I don't know. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I think this whole child agreement crap is ridiculous. It doesn't help when Zach was like, Fatima and I, no. You said right when Karen first said she was pregnant, well, hey, we're not getting back together. I'm still staying with Fatima, but just know that if you need anything, just let me know. I will take care of my child. Enough said. But then Zach sounds weak as hell, going like, Fatima and I, we talked about it, and it's like, well, no, it's not Fatima's decision. So yeah, that's red light number 1 in terms of pissing Karen off by hitting the Fatima button. So I just feel like Zach has been made to be so damn weak this season, and it's really dumb. I just hate that. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This whole preliminary DNA test agreement is just asinine. Kind of like Karen's mom with the letters. When you, on paper, pun intended, it's a great idea. But I think the timing is off. Like with her mom and the letters, Miss Lisa, this should have been done like 3 seasons ago. Zach has clearly moved on. He's not coming back. So there's no need for Karen to let it all out, because she's done that multiple times in very bitchy ways. And with this whole child support agreement thing, again, sounds good on paper. It's a mature way of handling things, but you don't even know if the child is yours yet. I think in terms of legal documentation, perhaps there is a clause in the document or a paragraph that goes, in the event that the DNA test shows that Zach isn't the father, this entire agreement is, inert. Like, it just doesn't mean shit anymore. You can rip it up, shred it, whatever. Because I feel like blindly agreeing to give support to a child you don't even know if it's yours is ridiculous. And it doesn't help when Zach is very aloof about a lot of these things, where he just accepts things at face value. Karen said the baby's his, but you didn't go to the doctor's appointment. But then again, it doesn't help that Karen doesn't inform these people, or the men, Aaron and Zach, when she goes to the doctor. Aaron had to schedule the appointment himself. just to get her to go in the first place because she kept dragging her feet. And then in this situation about checking to see if she can go back to work and, getting the timeline of, the baby and whatnot, she did that by herself, and she went with her girls. That's why I wish her mom would have stayed longer, because to be completely honest, I think Miss Lisa, she would have took it upon herself to not only set the appointment and take her daughter there with her, she probably would have called both men to go down there. Aaron would have been there in a second. Zach, he wouldn't want to go, and then it would suck to have Fatima make him go, because Zach, take your ass down there and make sure you get the facts, because no, man, I don't want to go. No, you need to go down there and settle this shit. Find out the truth. I don't care if the baby is his, but Zach needs to be there to get the facts, to make sure he knows, what's up. I mean, to be honest, I don't think Fatima needs to be there, because if the doctor gave the dates, Aaron would have lined that shit up, because remember, he saw those two in the office, and you know how Aaron is. He'll remember that day. He will remember that day forever. Like, that's the day I lost my manhood. That's the day when I, knew I had to do what I could to prove to Karen I was a better man than Zach. So, yeah, I honestly think that if that doc, especially because we know the dude has his own timeline and he knows it's close, if the doctor told him the date, what was it, the 12th? Honestly, I forgot at this point. I'm assuming it's the 12th, I think. Not, and then Karen was like, not the 9th or something. Look, don't get on me if I'm wrong about the 12th. I really forgot, and I honestly do not care. But yeah, I think that whatever the doctor said, and then Karen was like, what? Wait. So I think, Aaron would, settle this thing quickly. But regardless, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This agreement thing is stupid. I think Tyler is just really messing these characters up badly. It's not working for me. So with that being said, like and subscribe, follow me on social media. And also, it doesn't help when Karen, like I said earlier in the video, she says one thing and then does another based on her emotions. You can't, scream and holler in Zach's face like, I don't need anything. And then behind his back, when you're talking to your girls, he offered me $3,000. I think I forgot the amount, but I know we can get more of that, more than that. Money's based on income as opposed to, anything else. Child support is based on income and whatnot. And it's just like, that's low down. So let me know what you think. I'm done. This is ridiculous.